Hello, hello, my name is Callista and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In the last episode, we somehow ended up in the Fade and we are all alone here. Our companions have been scattered to the winds. Although we did manage to find Niall, but he seems a little bit too depressed to really help us out. So we are going to have an explore and see what we can find. Now, Niall did mention this Fade pedestal, but there is a portal over here, and I think we should see where this leads.
I just want to leave this place.
Hello. Take him out. There we go.
Thank you, but too late for me. Kill Yevina, the demoness that rules here. She protects her master, Sloth. There's a door only demons can see. The key must be in another realm. Take my power. Save any others trapped in nightmares. Kill the demons that guard Sloth. Make my...
Oh. Poor guy. But at least now we can now fade shift. And we got a codex? Rat. What are you, mad? Even the most giant of rats isn't going to present that much of a problem to anyone larger than a cat. Even the stories in the archives that tell of blight-touched rats still only attributed them with the ability to spread the plague. The rats themselves got no larger than perhaps 3 feet in length, covered in sharp bony spikes and boils. Disturbing, certainly, but dangerous? This is no fantasy conjured by madmen, young man. You have much more important creatures to concern yourself with. Transcript of a lecture given by Nalia, Senior Enchanter of Hosberg, 844 Blessed. Note: she was later eaten by a blight rat in 846 Blessed. Oh dear, that must have been embarrassing. Skeleton. The demons of the Fade are jealous of the living beings they sense from across the Veil. They constantly push against the boundaries of the Fade, and when they finally cross over, they attempt to possess the first living creature they see. They are unable, however, to distinguish that which was once living from that which still is. In fact, a corpse provides an even more tempting target to a weaker demon, as it has no will with which to resist the possession. The demon cannot rationalize why this is so. It only sees a target and grasps at the opportunity. A skeleton is exactly that, a corpse animated by a possessing demon. Upon finding itself trapped within a body that cannot sustain it, the demon is driven insane. It seeks to destroy any life that it encounters, attacking without thought even to its own welfare. The exact names given to skeletons of this type vary according to the nature of the demon that possesses it. A fanged skeleton is a skeleton possessed by a hunger demon. These skeletons devour whatever life they encounter and often possess the ability to drain life energy and mana from their victims. A shambling skeleton is a slower moving skeleton possessed by a sloth demon, able to bring entropic powers against its opponents, slowing them and even putting them to sleep. More powerful demons have been known to command skeletons, but at that level they are known by 2 other names. Revenants and arcane horrors to name 2. Sloth demon. And I looked at the creature and it had become me. A veritable copy of my form, of my very mind, stared back at me as if from within a mirror. I thought surely that this was a trick, an illusion meant to put me off guard. But as I engaged the thing with my sword, it fought me with maneuvers that I recognized. It parried as I parried. It swung as I swung. It spoke to me and said things that only I could know of. I think this demon of sloth had no form or identity of its own. It is envy as much as sloth, I believe, and mine was not the first shape it stole that day. An excerpt from a transcribed deposition of Tyrannus, Templar commander of Cumberland 390 Towers. The most difficult assumption for some who study demons is to overcome... I don't know what happened there. Completely misread that sentence. The most difficult assumption for some who study demons to overcome is the notion that a sloth demon is, in and of itself, slothful. If that was so, it seems highly unlikely that any such demons would cross the veil into our own world, or once here would fight to possess any creature with a will of its own. And we know both these things to not be the case. Certainly some demons are lazy and complacent, but who knows? Perhaps these creatures even cultivate such reputation. The truth is that demons of sloth are named so because this is the portion of the human psyche that they feed upon. Doubt, apathy, entropy. They seek to spread these things. The sloth demon hides in its forms, a master of shapes and disguises, always in the last place you look, and from its hiding place it spreads its influence. A community afflicted by a demon of sloth could soon become a dilapidated pit where injustices are allowed to pass without comment, and none of the residents could be aware that such a change has even taken place. The sloth demon weakens, tires, and tears at the edges of consciousness, and would much rather render its victims helpless than engage in a true conflict. Such creatures are best faced only with a great deal of will, and only with an eye to piercing their many disguises. And controls? Yes, fade shifting. Alrighty then. What's up this way? Nothing much it seems. These structures really are quite odd. And I assume that one of those is the Black City. Now then, there's a mouse hole. And the twisted structure is up there, we can't get to it. Not from here, at least. Whoop. Hello there. Now then. Get him. Sweet. There we go. Well, there's a disturbing statue, but not a twisted one. Beyond the veil, spirits and demons. It is challenging enough for the casual observer to tell the difference between the Fade and the creatures that live within it, let alone between one type of spirit and another. In truth, there is little that distinguishes them, even for the most astute mages. Since spirits are not physical entities and therefore are not restricted to recognizable forms, or even having a form at all, one can never tell for certain what is alive and what is merely part of the scenery. It is therefore advisable for the inexperienced researcher to greet all objects he encounters. Typically, we misuse the term spirit to refer only to the benign, or at the least less malevolent, creatures of the Fade. But in truth, all the denizens of the realm beyond the veil are spirits. As the Chant of Light notes, everything within the Fade is a mimicry of our world, a poor imitation, for the spirits do not remotely understand what they are copying. It is no surprise that much of the Fade appears like a manuscript, translated from Tevinter into Elysian and back again by drunken initiates. In general, spirits are not complex, or rather, they are not as complex as we understand such things. Each one seizes upon a single facet of human experience. Rage, hunger, compassion, hope, etc. This one idea becomes their identity. We classify as demons those spirits who identify themselves with darker human emotions and ideas. The most common and weakest form of demon one encounters in the Fade is the Rage Demon. They are much like perpetually boiling kettles, for they exist only to vent hatred, but rarely have an object to hate. Somewhat above these are Hunger Demons, who do little but eat or attempt to eat everything they encounter, including other demons. This is rarely successful. Then there are the Sloth Demons. These are the first intelligent creatures one typically finds in the Fade. They are dangerous only on those rare occasions that they can be induced to get up and do harm. Desire demons are more clever and far more powerful, using all forms of bribery to induce mortals into their realms. Wealth, love, vengeance, whatever lies closest to your heart. The most powerful demons yet encountered are I'm sorry, I burnt my tongue earlier and it's kind of throwing me off a little. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the pride demons. Perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. I love that line. I think that's such a good line, and I think it's very apt too. From Beyond the Veil, Spirits and Demons, by Enchanter Midramel? Maybe? Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. And let's just tag that codex. There we go. And then, what are these lyrium veins?
I cannot cast it!
Okay. Good to know, Artin. Well, there's a door that we can't go through. The mouse did mention doors that only demons could see. Hello there.
Let us end it, shall we?
And sweep. And kick the thing. I don't suppose we can stun it. No. Come on, Artin. Take it out. There we go. And I see you over there, buddy. I am just gonna wait until my health recharges a little bit. There we go. Oh, and there's another one up there. And sweep. There we go.
As you say. I cannot cast it!
No, lyrium doesn't actually do anything to us. I thought that lyrium recharged your health, but I think as a dwarf, because we're immune to the effects of lyrium, we don't actually get the health buff. Ugh. That could be rather dangerous.
Paragon could not have done better.
And goodbye, Mr. Demon. Oh dear. Okay. For a minute then I was worried we were gonna die to the latent fire. Okay. Now then, where are we?
Something happened, didn't it? You look a little different. What happened?
I became a mouse.
Did you? Did it help? I know I saw the tiny holes. Were you small enough to get through?
I thought you'd given up. Why so excited?
I don't know. You're so much braver than I am. I was so sure it was impossible to get anywhere. Do you think you could learn other shapes? Maybe they could help you get to places you couldn't otherwise.
And now the Fade pedestal is lit up. However, before I go anywhere, I want to have another little chat with Niall.
I never thought I'd die like this. In this cold, forsaken place. Alone.
I'll just leave you to think about that then. You're not alone. Tell me more about this place. What do you know about the Litany of Adralla? So are the Blood Mages responsible for all of this trouble? This guy does not seem to be doing so well. He mentioned that the sloth drains... This burnt tongue will be the death of me. He mentioned that the sloth demon drains you of all kind of feeling. So I think it would be common sense for Artin to... He's drained, the sloth demon's draining him, that's why he's losing hope so quick. We're a complete stranger to him. I think saying you're not alone won't provide much comfort. I think the best thing to do would probably be to distract him. What do you know about the Litany of Adralla?
Not much. I know that it stops blood mages from taking over your mind. I don't even know who or what Adralla is. You're better off asking someone more knowledgeable.
So, are the Blood Mages responsible for all of this trouble?
Uldred is the mastermind behind it all. At Uldred's suggestion, the Circle was about to ally itself with Loghain, when the Terns' treachery was revealed. Uldred made excuses, but we were having none of it. He panicked then, tried to leave. Irving would not let him.
And what then? Did Uldred confess? What did Irving plan to do? What did Irving plan to do?
I don't know. I don't believe we got to that part. I was barely paying attention. Such meetings are boring. The course of action usually decided before we even congregate.
But how did the trouble start? When did the Blood Mages show up? So are you sure you didn't make a mistake? But how did the trouble start?
Uldred let loose a bolt of energy that flung us all against the far wall. That woke me up. It might have been a signal. That was when a whole group of mages poured into the chamber. And that was when I saw real blood magic in action for the first time in my life. It was like they brought the wrath of the Maker himself down upon our heads.
I'll just leave you to think about that then. But the abominations, where did they come from? You know you want that power, don't you? We don't know this guy. He might want that power, he might not. But the abominations, where did they come from?
I was just getting to that. Uldred must have also dabbled in demonology. When the fighting started, he tried to summon something, or some things. They overwhelmed him, and when his screaming stopped, Uldred was gone.
Dead? What do you mean, gone? That doesn't sound pleasant. What do you mean, gone?
I'm sure he wishes he were dead. Uldred became an abomination. And when I saw it, I ran for my life.
You ran? But I thought you were trying to save the Circle. Coward, I would have done the same thing. Yeah, as I mentioned before, Artin doesn't see any kind of problem with a retreat as long as it's necessary. Like, if we continue fighting this battle, we're all going to get overwhelmed and die. So let's retreat so that we can fight another day. Yes, he did run, but he ran to go get the Litany of Adrala so that he could go fight Uldred, and that was brave. I would have done the same.
I was in a panic. Once I calmed down, I thought about what would happen if that thing got out. I gathered some of my fellows and we obtained the litany from the stockroom. I thought if we disabled the others, we could throw everything we had at Uldred. But I saw my friends fall, one by one. And now it's my turn.
I'm not going to die here. There must be a way out. Tell me more about this place. What do you know about the Sloth Demon? I'm not going to die here. There must be a way out.
I don't want it to end like this. Do you feel it? It's getting so cold.
Oof, I think the sooner we can all get out and this guy wakes up, the better. So let's see what we can do with this thing. Okay, here we are at the Raw Fade, the Burning Tower, the Mages Asunder, the Templar's Nightmare, and the Darkspawn Invasion. I think we're going to head first to the Burning Tower. Now then, I am going to put in a quick save right here, because I am on my own and I do not want to, I have a tendency of forgetting to save. And if Artin dies, then the game is over, so I don't want to have to repeat lots of things. Essence of Cunning, very nice. Okay, so there is a slight exploit that it's just too good for me not to take advantage of. I'm sorry. I really am very sorry. If actually, I do wonder if Qwynn's Fixpack might have gotten rid of the exploit. We'll have a see. So, what you do, pause your game, and you want to start... Let me figure out my left from my right. You want to start right-clicking as fast as you possibly can. Then you unpause the game.
Of course. Yes.
Ah, that was only a +1. So sometimes what can happen is you'll get a +2. Or one time my game actually glitched right as Artin touched the thing. And she got like +7 of something. But you have to be really quick on the clicks. I'm not going to reload and try and get more than +1. I'm kind of... If I manage to get the exploit, great. If I don't, we're just going to move on. Okay. Now then...
Of course.
Time to be
Enemies ahead.
stupidly cautious. Hello there. And sweep. Take him out. There we go. Now you.
Yes. Paragons watch over me.
Okay. There we
We
go.
have done well.
Very nice. And there doesn't appear to be anything over there. Now then, where does this lead? Okay, this literally just leads into the next room. I am going to try and be logical about how I go about this map. I don't want to just be like darting all over the place and then forget which rooms I have and haven't searched.
Of course.
Okay. Nothing except for the mouse hole. Okay, we've got that room through there. And we can't get through this door because of all the fire. Whoop! Hello! Flurry! And down he goes. Now you!
You shall not touch me.
Come on, Artin. Nice. Yep, there is the burning door. And this is a massive door. We can't get through there. Okay. Now then. Whoop. What is... something over this way? Oh! Hello! I didn't even see you there. Flipping heck. Flurry and sweep. Now you can get stunned.
By the stone I shall prevail.
Come on. There we go. We can't go that way.
Dangerous wildlife.
And another dog.
Very well.
Sweep.
So shall it be.
Oh, nice. And I think I'd rather take out the dog. Dogs can overwhelm. There we go.
As you say.
Now you can get stunned.
Very well. By my ancestors.
Come on.
The
There we
Paragons
go.
could not have done better.
Now, you might think that, oh, Artin can run through that fire. No, this fire is very deadly. You step into that, you are going to get a game over. Hence why I'm being very cautious. Okay. Here's a mouse hole. Hello. Flurry. There we go.
It will be done.
Kick him. There we go. Anyone else? Doesn't seem so.
Lust, control, anger,
Alright. Oh, no, you're not friendly.
You have forced my hand!
However, I think I'd rather go after the demon first. Sweep. Do I have to kill you? Oh, it seems like I do. Okay. Come on. Oh, no. Okay.
Are you breathing smoke? You must be.
And there we go.
Fading. I am free. Take Ragos' power. Use it and burn him. Burn them all. He guards Sloth. He bars the way. You must destroy the door. Other dreamers. Other powers. Only way.
Okie doke, thank you. Thank you, random man. And now, that was the way we came in. We have the Fade pedestal over there, but we do have a door over here, and... oh, but it's a massive door, so we can't go through it. But we do now have Burning Man form, so we can go through doors. There is a door over here. Where did this? Ah, okay. There's a spirit door. There's the mouse hole. We still can't go through spirit doors just yet. And that's a massive door. However, I think for now we are done with the burning tower. So let's move on to the Mage's Asunder. And I, once again, am going to save the game. Now then. What are things like on the map? Stairs up, entrance. Okay. So I'm pretty sure this mouse hole leads somewhere where you do not want to be. That's a massive door. So what's through this way? Aha, a font of strength. Again, pause. Click like mad.
It will be done. Yes.
Ah, no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Qwynn's Fixpack has removed this exploit. I'm gonna keep trying to do it though. Hierarchy of the Circles. It is no simple matter safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have some measure of self-government, for it is ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for our own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course his circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with him. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower. From this group, the next first enchanter is always chosen. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers and mentors of the tower, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing, but have not taken apprentices, are mages. This is where the most trouble in a circle lies, in the idleness and inexperience of youth. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training than to anyone else. Knight Commander Serene of the Chantry Templars in a letter to his successor. The Veil. I detest the notion that the veil is some manner of invisible curtain that separates the world of the living from the world of the spirits. Whether it be called the Fade or the Beyond is a matter of racial politics I refuse to indulge in at the moment. There is no this side and that side when it comes to the veil. One cannot think of it as a physical thing or a barrier, or even a shimmering wall of holy light. Thank you very much for that image, your perfection. Think of the veil instead as opening one's eyes. Before you open them, you saw our world as you see it now. Static, solid, unchanging. Now that they are open, you see our world as the spirits see it. Chaotic, ever-changing, a realm where the imagined and the remembered have as much substance as that which is real. More, in fact. A spirit sees everything as defined by will and memory, and this is why they are so very lost when they cross the veil. In our world, imagination has no substance. Objects exist independently of how we remember them or what emotions we associate with them. Mages alone possess the power to change the world with their minds, and perhaps this forms the nature of a demon's attraction to them. Who can say? Regardless, the act of passing through the veil is much more about changing one's perceptions than a physical transition. The veil is an idea. It is the act of transition itself, and it is only the fact that both living beings and spirits find the transition difficult that gives the veil any credence as a physical barrier at all. From A Dissertation on the Fade as a Physical Manifestation by Moreno, Senior Enchanter of the Minrathous Circle of Magi, 655 steel. And let me just tag this, there we go. Now then, I believe we've done everything we need to in this room. Yes, yes, yes. Now then. The mage asunder, but before we can continue exploring, I am just about out of time for this episode, so please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista, thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.